Assalamu alaikum. So hello guys, we continue our lecture or our lab session. For this video we would like to discuss, there's three topics. Okay, three topics on this video. One is the PHP syntax, meaning that how you start PHP and how to use echo for displaying information output. And the second topic is T04, which is how we use command. What is command in programming actually? And then we have the last one is variables and concatenation for short. Then so before we go into the lab session, before we go to the demonstration, this is the part whereby I would like to explain what is a web programming. Web programming is maybe you have heard this in the previous tutorial or previous PDF or ebook. What web programming is a combination of server-side scripting, obviously server-side scripting combined with client-side, meaning that you have the HTML part, which is the client part, and the PHP or the middleware, which is the server side. So you combine these elements of technology and you will get web application development, so something like that. So the application is basically deployed in the web environment. The main purpose is to be accessed by multiple concurrent user, meaning that in one instance of time you will have maybe 2 or 3 or 1,000 of users. So just imagine, let's say you have Asia, you go to the website asia.com, then you would like to book, because we are currently, maybe we are going for holiday or Eid al-Adha, so everybody's would like to try to book their air ticket to go back to, let's say, Brunei or Kelantan or something like that. So everybody will access the same website or platform at the same time. So everybody, meaning that everybody in Malaysia will trying to access. So that's the meaning of concurrent users. So by right, in this tutorial we will be using PHP, which means something like hypertext preprocessor. So PHP is hypertext preprocessor. So previously we have discussed about HTML, how to do the interface, and now is the time whereby you will have your own PHP script, the server-side scripting. So basically PHP is executed on the server part, and then the output will be sent to the HTML or to the browser. Okay, so you will not see PHP script inside the browser, meaning that in the HTML file there won't be PHP script available inside the HTML, because the PHP script will be interpreted in the server and the output will be sent to the browser. Only the output will be sent to the browser. Okay, so let's say we have server-side and client-side scripting. For instance, we have client-side scripting as written in JavaScript. Okay, and server-side scripting, for example, will be using PHP or ASP or Java server pages, something like that. So I would like to show you what is client-side script. Okay, what is client-side script? So we go to the browser, our favorite browser. Where is our favorite browser? So let's say you have this interface, something like. So for instance, you have this website quiz.edu.my. So you would like to see the HTML underlying behind this beautiful page. You may go to the view page source, then you will see these codes. Most of them are HTML, and here we can see CSS. This is CSS, something like client-side scripting. Oh, sorry, CSS is cascading style sheet. Sorry, so cascading style sheet. So you have HTML, you have cascading style sheet, CSS, and then also you will be seeing something like JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript, something like this. Okay, so this is the what we call as client-side scripting. Client-side scripting. So the client-side scripting is available inside the interface, meaning that once you write JavaScript or something like server-side scripting, the script will be sent to your browser, and the browser or the script will execute inside the browser. So that's why we call it the client-side scripting. Client-side scripting. Okay, so meaning that the client or the browser will execute the script. So might as well we can see the script. Okay, you can see the script. This is what we call as JavaScript or the client-side scripting. This is a jQuery function, something like that. So you can see the script because it's meant for the client to execute. The client means the browser. The browser, our browser is the client. So that is client-side scripting. You can see basically it is executed, okay, interpreted inside the server, inside the browser. So that's why we call the client-side scripting, the client-side script. Whereas the server-side scripting is written in the server, executed in the server, and only the output will be sent to the browser. So later we will show you what's the meaning of server-side scripting and how the PHP is executed inside the server, and the output, only the output, sent to the browser. So why PHP? So basically PHP runs on major platforms or server such as Windows, Linux, Unix, you name it. And then it's compatible almost and free to download. It's compatible for Apache, IIS, or something like that, and then easier to learn and run efficiently on the server side. So you will see that PHP lives inside HTML. It lives inside HTML. So the part whereby you need to write the PHP script is blocked or is guarded or is tagged with what we call as PHP Script Tag. Okay, started with the angle bracket, this angle bracket, and question mark, and ended or closed by this symbol, question mark and angle bracket, another angle bracket. So in this while we will be using this tag. Okay, this tag. Just ignore this second option because that needs a special setting inside the Apache. So never mind, just remember this. You need to write the tag PHP, the opening and the closing, the start and the end. So these are two important symbols if you would like to write PHP script inside HTML. Okay, it's actually libs. PHP file normally contains HTML and also the PHP code. Okay, so let's say we'd like to write the greeting Assalamualaikum in PHP, and somehow we will show this text inside the browser, but from the PHP tag, from the PHP script. So this is what we call as the PHP script. Okay, embedded inside the HTML. This is a PHP script embedded inside HTML. So you can see the tag here, PHP opening and the closing, and you'll see echo. Echo is basically a command or a function in PHP whereby it will display or it will print output, okay, print string or text as output. So would like to copy this. Okay, I would like to copy this and paste it. Copy. I will zoom it. Okay, copy. Then you need to paste inside your favorite your favorite text editor or something like Sublime. There. So this is a weird character, and then you just simply delete. And you see PHP. This is PHP script, which embedded inside or we can say that it is a symbiosis or something like that. Okay, you will see that PHP is embedded inside HTML because PHP lives inside HTML. PHP needs HTML to live, to survive. Okay, to execute. Because this is a server-side scripting, so the only way or the way that we transmit to the server is through HTML document. So whatever script, whatever output inside this will be executed inside the server, and the only things that will be transmitted to the browser or back to the user is only the output. So this is just a merely simple echo statement whereby you will see Assalamualaikum as the text. Okay, let's say we have H1. H1 is the biggest headline, okay, in HTML. So let's say I would like to add another output. So let's say the today's date. So what is the date for today? Okay, you don't have to write the exact code. You just simply use the date function, okay, to represent or to print your current date. So date is actually a function, a PHP function that is available in the standard library. So let's say I would like to know about the date function in PHP. So just type in your browser php.net, net.net, zoom, php.net, and type the function, the PHP function, date. php.net/date. Then you will see this is the date function available as the standard library, our standard function in PHP 4, 5, and 7. And typically you can check the format, how to print out your date or your current date for this day or today. Okay, so you can read this, but I will go to the very easy example whereby you will print the number of day and followed by the month and followed by the year. So this is how you write PHP script, and obviously you need to save it inside the web root. So by right, you have learned that the web root, if you are using Laragon, is Laragon/www. However, if you use what we call as the XAMPP, you may find the web root in the XAMPP installation folder, XAMPP xampp/htdocs. Okay, if you are using XAMPP, so please save in XAMPP xampp/www. xampp/htdocs. But currently I will be using Laragon, so I will save inside save as. I will save inside the C drive. I'm using the C drive as the root for my Laragon, the C drive, and I will go to Laragon www. So this is my first test in PHP, so I would like to say hello. hello.php. I would like to save the file as hello.php. Make sure to punch the dot, hello.php. Where to save? Do remember that you need to save inside c/laragon/www. But if you are using XAMPP, so do go to XAMPP as MPP and htdocs. Save inside this folder, XAMPP htdocs. So however, I will show you for Laragon, Laragon www, and make sure to write your name of the file hello.php, something like this. And then you can press the save button and it will be saved inside the c/laragon/www. So how to execute this PHP file? You need to go to your browser and type in the localhost. Somehow you need to check your Laragon is on. Okay. Go to Laragon. Okay, go to Laragon. And then start. Make sure to start your server. Start all. And how to go to your localhost? Just simply go to this web button, click web. There you will see your hello.php. Okay, hello.php. So make sure you turn on the Laragon, click the start all button, then click this web, then you will see the localhost in your browser. So this is the localhost, this is your browser, so this is your file hello.php. So make sure to save your file as hello.php, or you can use your name, let's say abu.php, no problem, but currently we are using hello.php. So here you will see the message Assalamualaikum printed in the browser and the date for today, Monday, July 2010. Oh, I created a simple mistake whereby this is not supposed to be the format of the date. Maybe you can change the format like this. Okay, so after you have after you did your correction or debugging, you need to save. Okay, make sure to save, Ctrl S or click save. Okay, click save, then go to your browser, refresh, right click, reload or refresh. Sometimes you see a reload. Oh, sorry, where is the reload? The reload. Okay, sometimes you see the refresh option. So reload or refresh, either one, no problem. So you see 13th of July 2020. So this is the date for today as printed in the PHP. So come back to the presentation whereby I mentioned previously that that the client-side scripting such as JavaScript need the client or the browser to execute the JavaScript. So meaning that you need to transmit or send the code or JavaScript code to the browser, and arrive at the browser will execute the JavaScript, the client-side scripting. However, in the server-side scripting, you cannot see, the user, the client cannot see what is the PHP script. Reason? Because the PHP script has been executed inside the server and only the output will be sent to the browser. So in this situation, you cannot actually can go to the view page source, right click, view page. Right click, view page source. Then you can see only the Assalamualaikum and the date for today. Where is the echo function? Where is the date function? So this is your actual PHP code as compared as the one submitted to your browser or executed in your browser. So you cannot see echo date because echo date is PHP function which resides in your server, and the server has executed this PHP file before sending it to the client or the browser. So you cannot actually see, the user cannot actually see what is the PHP code, because whatever executed or whatever output generated from the PHP file will produce output. So output will be sent to your browser. So this is your browser part, and this is your server side part, whereby you have the PHP script. Okay, sorry, the PHP script. So PHP script will be executed inside the server and only the output. So Assalamualaikum is actually the output. 13 July 2020 is actually output generated by the date function. So that's the difference between the client-side scripting and the server-side scripting. Okay, it's free to download. It's actually free. Okay, you need to have the, okay, this is important to recap. You need to have this code embedded inside the HTML. So if you like to write PHP script, so make sure we write this tag, this opening PHP tag, and make sure to close. This is important, very important. So this is example. So the next issue or the next things that we would like to discuss is the semicolon. So semicolon is basically the ending for a PHP statement. So something like that. This is the semicolon. We call this semicolon. This is not a colon symbol. This is semicolon. I'll zoom for you. Okay, this is semicolon. So normally every ends of a PHP script or PHP statement, you will be having this something like a period symbol or dot. Okay, noktah. Okay, so next thing that I would like to discuss is echo. So previously we have using echo statement. Is echo or print statement is a function in PHP embedded, or it's a typical or standard library in PHP whereby you can do some sort of output printing. So you can produce output with echo, or you can use print function, something. Okay. So for instance, if you have this x is actually a variable assigned 23, assigned as 23 is assigned to x, then basically you can echo this also, or we can print it out. So let's say I would like to have my age, my name. So my name equal to Khairul, something like that. So you would like to have a hello statement with Khairul inside, or the name inside. You can use echo. Right? Echo. So Khairul is a value inside a variable. Okay, how this variable comes? There's a lot of way that we can generate pass input to PHP. Maybe we can use something like form, okay, borang form, okay, generate input from form, then the user will key in the name, something like username or password or something like that. Okay, so echo, let's say hello Carol. Okay, so hello Carol, okay, something like that. Okay, so let's say you would like to have okay, so you will see echo something like echo is to print or to output a string. So this is the string hello followed by the name here. So save this, then go to the browser again, save. You can use Ctrl S. Inside the browser you can use Ctrl R to refresh. So hello Carol, this is how we can use echo to print or to display some sort of string or text, okay, to let's say to acknowledge user, to notify the user, to provide the message to the user. Okay, so that's the first part, whereby we discuss how to write PHP in the server side or in the PHP file, save it to the server, and try to view the output from the browser. So the next part is the comment and the variable. So what is actually comment? Comment is remark. Okay, comment is actually a remark or note. Okay, remark or note. So in PHP, typical PHP, we have the single line comment, or the block comment. The single line comment means that the whole line of your code is a comment or a note or a remark. A remark means in programming, if you provide remark in your line of code, so the line of code will be neglected or will not be executed. Okay, will not be executed, will be ignored. Okay, so there's two ways in PHP that you should know. Maybe there's more, but typically you have the single line comment or the block comment. So let's say this is the single line comment. This is example of single line comment, and this is a block comment. So let's say you have this comment. You have this remark to the programmer. I mean, you yourself is a programmer, because we human tend to forget, and also programmer will forget what he's been doing. Okay, so let's say we have here trying to print the name. Okay, trying to print the name. So if you mention this symbol in the line, so the whole line, let's say this line number 11 is considered as a remark, notes, and will be ignored. Okay, will be ignored from the execution. So meaning that basically line 11 means nothing to the program, but it means something to the programmer, because this is the way, this is how we keep in mind what we are trying to do, what the developer trying to do. This is for the developer part, it's not for the user part. Okay, this is for the developer part, you the coder. And let's say if you save anything, you will not see anything here. So it does not reflect in your code, does not reflect in your output. It's just a code, a remark, a note for yourself, the developer. trying to print the name. So for instance, you would like to have this as command, and you put this line of command, then this cancel this, and then if you refresh this, you won't see anything. Date is not commented, so you just cannot see this line, hello Carol. Hello Carol is nowhere to be found inside the browser or the output. Why? Because you have commented. Okay, you have commented this. So there's another way whereby you can use a block command. This is the block command. Okay, this is the block command, means that this whole block from this opening tag and the closing tag is ignored, will not be compiled. So if you like to have this as the code of PHP that needs to be executed, so you need to delete this command tag, then it will be appear back to the output, to the execution. So that is command. Okay, I finished about command. Okay, so the last one is variables. Okay, the last one for this video is variables. And how can we do what we call as concatenation? Concat is a short form for concatenation. Okay, so basically variables is what we call as a place, or the place to store data in programming. So let's say you have this flow of work, something like you would like to create a program that can receive two numbers. You can receive, the program would receive two numbers, and these two numbers will be added, will be summed, and the sum or the total will be displayed as the result. So the first thing that you need is the output, where to store these two numbers, the input, where to store these two numbers. And obviously the third item, the third data that you will be storing is the result, these two numbers and the result. So these two numbers will need to be stored inside the memory of the computer, because you need to retrieve these two numbers back, and also the last one, the result, will be produced as the output. It will be print, or will be displayed as output. So you need this what we call as memory. In programming, some part of memory can be represented by variables. It can be represented as variable. So you need to store the first input, the first number, in one variable. The second number will be stored inside the second variable, and the output will be stored in the third variable. So in this process, to sum two numbers and displaying the result will need you three memory parts, three memory allocation. When you need memory allocation in programming, you need to declare the variables. You need to represent the memory space as variable. Okay, so variable in PHP will start with $sign, and you can have this name as variables. Okay, it will start with $sign. Okay, if this not $sign, and it will not be defined as a variable. So for instance, this is your example. So name is a variable. So let's say you would like to create another variable. Okay, num1, which will be storing number 5. and you have another variable, you may use a comment. Okay, you have another variables num2 which will be storing the number 8, and obviously you have another variable which is the total of these two numbers, which you don't know the value yet. Okay, obviously you don't punch the sum of two numbers, because why you need a computer if you have to do the sum up or the totaling? So you need to do something like this. So total will be produced by adding the num1 with the num2. You see? So num1 is the first variable here, which contains 5. So actually 5 will be stored inside the memory of your computer and represented with the name num1. So variable in PHP must start with $sign. So you provide the $sign num1 equals to 5. This does not mean equals, it means assign. So num1 is assigned a value 5. So 5 is assigned to num1. So 5 is actually stored inside the memory, which represented by the name num1 as the variable. So this is num1, the value is 5, num2 is the value is 8. You can get the total by adding up num1 and num2. So by right, num1 is 5 added by 8. So total will get 13. Total will get 13. Total will get 13. So somehow we can do some echo, and then you say that the total is total. Result is total. The result, let's say we do something like this. The result is total. Okay, the result is total. So num5 is residing in the memory. Num1 is residing in the memory 5. 8 is residing in the another compartment or another part of the memory, which is represented by num1. And then this total will produce 13, because your first number is 5 and 8 added up, you get 13. So the result is inside the total. Total is a variable. Variable is a memory space. Why you need memory space? To hold or to store data. Save it, Ctrl S, and you try to run it from the browser. Where's my browser? Localhost. Where's my localhost? Localhost. Just type localhost. Click the hello PHP. The result is 13. See? Where you get 13? Where you get 13 from? The variable total. Sorry. Okay, 13 is 13 is produced by the calculation. Sorry. Okay. Total is calculated. Okay, total is calculated here. Num1 plus num2. Okay. Total is calculated here. Num1 plus num2. The result is total. Total is 13. So this is how you can do concatenation also, which means concatenation is to merge or to combine strings. So the first string, the result is. The second string or the second data is the total, the value of total. So the result is 13. So this is how we can do simple concatenation in PHP. So we have three variables here, num1, num2, and total. So this is the operation. You have input, you have the operation, and you have the output, the data processed to become what we call as information. The result is total. So what's the first number? Okay, maybe you can write something like this: num1 plus num2 and the result is. Okay, so num1 plus num2 and the result is blah blah blah. You save, Control S, go to your browser, Control R. 5 plus 8 and the result is 13. So this is how you can do to make the data looks informational. Okay, to convert your data to information. So 5 plus 8 and the result is 13. Okay, 5 is from num1, 8 is from num2, num1, num2, and 13 is reside in the total. So this is how you do some sort of concatenation. So we have done concatenation, we have done echo, we have done comment, okay, comment or remark, and these are what we call as the naming rules for variables. So you actually can create a variable or define a variable by starting with $sign. You must start with $sign and then followed by alphabet or numerical characters. And you can also use underscore. In PHP, you can use underscore in defining a variable. So no space, no space, no space. No space inside a variable. So you can have this example. Let's say this is valid. Okay, the number one is a valid variable naming. Number two is still valid. Number three is not valid because you have dash. So number three is invalid naming variable naming. So uji1, this is valid, still you have underscore. This is dash. Dash is not permitted in creating a variable name. So my name is not valid because you have space here. This is valid. This is not a variable. Although, okay, this is not variable because it's not starting with a $sign. So float is a variable. Okay, so the rest 13 is not valid because you have space here. So it is not permission. It's not permitted in variable naming. So then we have these literal values whereby you can assign. This is what we call as assignment. This number is assigned to variable num1. So you can use negative, okay, negative or minus sign to assign a negative number to a variable. So this is for float. Float means floating point. Okay, double or double. So you can provide the literal values for the double. Then we have the literal values for string, whereby you can use either single quote or double quote. This is to assign a string value to a variable. So why we assign a value to a variable? Because variable is a memory space. It's a memory space. So basically you need to have a variable to store information, to store data. Okay, so you need to know how to define a variable. So this is for string. And then there's two way to do concatenation. One is with dot. You can use with dot, or the second one you don't have to use dot. This is for scalar variable, meaning that this way cannot be used in array, but still can be used as for regular variable naming in PHP. So basically you can use this as concatenation. This is the first string followed by another string merged with another string. So you have three strings separated and combined. Separate strings and combine. That is the use of concatenation. So unless your variable is scalar variable, and if you are using array variable, then you can use dot. So later we will be discussing what is array variable. So that's it, guys. We have finished discussing about the three items of PHP syntax. One is the opening and closing PHP text script, and the second one is comment, how to comment, and the echo function, how to display output, and we have the concatenation and have the variables. Okay, so basically we have covered these three items, three subtopics in what we call as PHP syntax. Okay guys, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.